I'm T.
I'm James.
I'm Roscoe.
And we are
the
ChoppedByT
ChoppedByT
podcast. And if you're watching this right now, I need you to go get our book, 5 Fear's Vitality, 5 Key Strategies to Turn Your Fear into Strength. It's available now on Amazon. Thank you.
Like that.
Nah, I never had threesomes, though. Only reason I never had a threesome is because, not even because I was lazy. It's just because with me, sex be such like a personal thing that I like being tied into that woman right then and there.
So
it's not like I wouldn't though.
You in the eyes. You talking her through it.
Yeah, I'm in the
You
eyes.
one of them.
Like, come here, hey girl, look, I'm here. All right, it's in. Nah.
You gonna talk her through it. Okay.
Are we recording? Are we recording up here? You see REC red in the corner right here? Probably hard to see. I know you're a smoker. What about right here? Can you see? Well, yeah, we recording. Nah, I never had a threesome though. Cause you say you was lazy.
Yeah, bro. I'm too like this.
Come on, bro. You got to put on for the brothers. You can't say shit like that on camera.
Fuck that. I got a good 10 minutes in me. 10 minutes.
Every time?
Yes, bro. Strong though. 10 minutes strong.
You be
like,
killing shit.
It's like hit cardio. It's like hit cardio. You feel me? Like 10 minutes strong, but I ain't got time to be nice.
What if she don't want the hit cardio, bro? What if she just want the, the fucking long distance marathon run?
Not the guy.
Damn, you ain't a long distance runner.
I ain't gonna lie, but y'all gotta have a threesome before y'all get married.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I done fucked a lot of women though. I just, I never cared for the threesomes though.
I mean, the threesome is more about the women.
Yeah.
Like the threesomes I had, it was more about watching the women. It's like an art.
That.
Yeah, it's more like an art. It's like, damn, like seeing how a woman appreciates another woman. It's
Yeah.
I do want to see that.
yeah,
shit.
it's different for me. I'm like 4, 5, 6
Yeah.
college, way long time ago.
All women though? All women?
All women. Yeah.
I mean, because sometimes, like, I ain't saying like that. I'm just saying you'll have like your homeboys there and shit like that.
like y'all
okay.
run
Yeah, like y'all run a train and shit. Yeah.
I mean, people had their opinions on that, but like, shit, we was in college. These are my brothers, and like, we ain't tripping. Like, it ain't like I'm just sitting there looking at what's going on, but shit, your turn. You go ahead.
Yeah, we done ran motherfuckers before with my partners in the room. Maybe that's more gay of me. Now I'm thinking about it. I never had a threesome, but I had 8, 9 niggas in the room. We fucking one gal.
One female.
The fuck is wrong with me?
Y'all was bang bros in that bitch.
Nah, the niggas in there, we laughing at niggas. Now I think back on it, we laughing at niggas. Niggas couldn't get hard and shit. It's like, bro, why the fuck you couldn't get hard? Because you got a bunch of niggas in there.
Looking at me, get forward, this type of pressure.
I used to wake up to orgies in college, bro. That shit was crazy.
Yeah, we used to go crazy.
Niggas used to be wildin', bro. I used to be like, it'd be fine ass women too. It's like, why are you letting this
You ready to save them? Why you doing this? Why are you doing this?
You know you don't have to do this, right?
I used to ask motherfuckers that too. I had this one girl. This the one girl that actually bro was talking about at the table when he was like, when we was at the table at the wedding.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he was. I'm like, she was so fucking pretty because like what it was. I used to fuck with her, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was fucking on her. I didn't know he was loving on her and shit at the time, and so I was dealing with her and shit, and we ended up finding out. And I was like, oh, no, you can't be playing with him like that. That's my little one. You can't do him like that. So I told her to come through while he was there. He didn't even believe me. And she came through, and he was kind of hurt about that. Gotcha. I think he was kind of fucked up about it. Because, he loved hard. He a good dude.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, now you not finna play him like that. Because I know he a sweetheart. You know what I mean? But you not, though. But she was so damn pretty. Like, why are you doing
They be the nastiest ones.
They
be want you to choke them, spit in their mouth, poke them in the eye, spit in their ear, lick them on the...
I got my pistol in the back. You want me to put that bitch on you too?
Pistol whip them. I be like, damn, y'all, like, something wrong with me?
Yeah.
He said, you and me.
Yeah.
Like,
nah, these motherfuckers, bro. It's like, sex is a weird thing. And we see it in the U.S. all the time. Like, the way, like, a lot of this shit, the root of this shit is sexualization. That's the truth. Like a root of a lot of this shit. Men want to control women in the way that they do. Is like over sexualization. You feel like a certain woman should be a certain way. But I will say, Dave Chappelle said it. He said it. I don't mean to get too political right now. When you give pushback to certain thing, expect another thing to come. And I'll explain to y'all what I mean. For so long, we got the Me Too movement, the feminist movement, which was a good movement. We've said that several times. It's about time we get a lot of these niggas back for raping and doing all that shit that they was doing. But in turn expect these people to push back. Opposing sides always push back. And the pushback is Roe versus Wade being, that's the pushback. Dave Chappelle predicted that. Ain't that crazy though? It's always, I'm waiting on these white men to just be like, all right, niggas. Y'all done had y'all turn.
Niggas been having too much fun.
Y'all whooping police on camera and shit.
It's time for y'all to go back.
Yeah. Hey, I'll go back though. I seen, bro. Y'all know what? I said I want an Asian. Now I'm thinking about it. I think I want a African woman, bro. A
Like
Nigerian
Ethiopian?
specifically.
Nigerian.
I just want a dumb, thick motherfucker. That motherfucker that walk in the room, y'all like, put y'all head down and shit, cause y'all don't want to look. But everybody knows she got a fat ass when she walk in. That's what I want, bro. That's what I want.
From the front of them.
I'm gonna find me one. Be like, girl, I'll marry you. Get your green card. You can come on over here. Maybe I shouldn't say that on camera. Y'all gonna see me pop up with a motherfucker soon.
Some of that fufu soup.
Listen.
Shout out to Niger.
Nah, I might not. I'm not necessarily Nigerian. I am done with black women though. I know I said that a minute ago. I want.
So what you messing with now? Like, what's your...
Black women. But I'm working towards it. I'm trying to
we talking white women, we talking Asian, we talking what you...
I'm thinking Asian. I'm thinking specifically Filipino. No? Damn. What you got against the Filipino community?
He said, fuck no.
They don't want. They like the black Asians, right?
No.
No?
No. You need you like somebody from Laos or like Thailand or somewhere.
Okay.
Because they gonna have I know you want you something thick.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah,
Filipinos not thick?
No.
Oh shit.
No, they real petite,
They
tiny.
built straight up and down.
Yeah, and they either really ugly or they really pretty.
Ain't no in between.
It's like Ethiopian women. They either really pretty or really ugly.
Yeah.
Like it's no in between.
Yeah.
So you don't know what you're gonna get. So
Damn. I'm glad you educated me on that. I was on Filipinos Meet. I know that probably.
But it's an app.
It's an app, Filipinos Meet. I was on it. And I was on FilipinoSmeet.com and I was like, let me try this out.
You a fucking idiot.
I was.
I gotta see your bio, your profile pictures.
I'm on that bitch.
Just a
That's what I'm doing on there, bro. Like, I'm trying to find me one. I'm just exhausting all my resources.
Bro, really tired of black women.
And bro, I'm just tired, bro. I am tired. I'm tired of the nonsense.
What are you tired of specifically? Because black women are powerful. Black women. I was raised by a strong single black mother.
Me too.
So, but I understand you because me and my mom are still butt heads to this day. I'm 29 years old. That's the only woman that I go back and forth with. And
I think the main thing with me, right, with black women is just like, I guess it's in a woman to test who you are. And I can respect that. But at the same time, once you see I got it together, it's no longer a need to test me anymore. Like, what are we doing this for?
Life gonna continue to test you, so why shouldn't your woman continue to test you?
Just because you my woman, we in this together, we on the same team. Like, we supposed to be fighting this shit together. You know what I mean?
But she trying to strengthen iron sharpens iron. So I
Yeah.
gotta play devil's advocate there. Cause like,
I agree with you. I'm with you.
Iron sharpens iron. She can't let you get complacent and get comfortable. So why can't your woman test you, but the universe can keep testing you?
I'll paint the picture for you. I go out, right? And I already have to deal with what life is doing to me anyway, what the world is doing to me anyway. And then I come into my home and I continue to have to do that. Like my place of peace. And I continue to have to do that. It's no room for that for me anymore.
So you just want peace.
I just want
and
peace.
You're not getting peace.
I get what you saying. Test me in a way. If you know I work out Monday through Friday, you see I don't get up
Hold me accountable.
to go work out.
Yeah.
Tell me you need to go take your ass to the gym. Don't test me about dumb shit.
Don't dumb shit. You mad because, I don't know, you seen some shit on Love and Hip Hop or some shit. I don't know. Whatever women get your period on or something. You just in the mood. You just ready to get activated in this bitch.
I gotta say though, I mean, I had 2 kids by 2 Asian women, and everybody thought I was getting away from the black community, which I was. But then I ended up meeting a woman.
He kept it real.
I met a woman that is black, and I don't have that experience. It's peaceful,
Yeah.
so maybe you need to bounce out a little bit. Maybe go find something else because you realize they all the same.
Yeah.
Asians are very close related to black women.
Yeah.
Asian women
We all come from Africa.
Yeah, they all closely related. They gonna still be a little headache. They gonna still give you that same. They're just good at it. The Asian women I've dealt with, they really good at hiding
the intentions and shit.
Yeah. They'll make you feel like the king, but really they know what they're very intentional.
Rocking your
I
ass.
don't need
sleep.
no smart motherfucker like that, bro.
Yeah.
I don't need no motherfucker who like got my ass. I don't
been
need.
rocked to
And
sleep
they
before.
put them crystals on you and shit. You don't
Yeah.
want none of that.
Yeah. I deal with a girl who did that crystal shit.
Crazy sex, huh?
That was nah, not really. She was like boring as hell.
She wasn't on the
Yeah.
real crystals, and she
Yeah.
was on some rocks.
She was on some rocks.
She ain't had no crystals. If girls, the crystals they should be a little different. They be doing the little yah steams
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah, I ever dealt with a motherfucker who do voodoo or anything like that.
Nah, I done heard about.
I wouldn't say it's voodoo, but yeah, I've dealt with a woman that did readings and things like that. I didn't know what I'm taking baths and not even knowing when I'm taking baths, and I thought it was to cleanse. But the whole time I think she was getting me in some.
Yeah, that shit on you.
I couldn't get out.
My brother was dealing with a woman. She was from Louisiana. She did that shit. His ass is in the hallway barking. No joke. You think I'm joking? She's in the hallway. He was in the hallway barking.
Was he on all four?
He went on all four. He was just standing up and then one of his dreads fell out.
Yo, that's
Never dealing with a woman
I just
from
got
Louisiana.
chills on.
After that.
Don't deal with one from Louisiana.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I'm never dealing with
Oh,
it.
you
Just
said
me
you-
speaking personally. I'm now like, I don't know what the fuck they got going. You know, so hey, like he was in the hallway. He a little nigga too. Stocky. It was convincing.
Lost a dread.
Yeah, he lost a dread in the hallway. I ain't joking. I don't know what it is. I just sometimes because, you know, I'm doing my meditations, I'm thinking often, like, what does it mean to be a man? I've read all the books, The Way of the Superior Man. I've read all of these things, right? And, like, what it means to be a man, especially a black man in America. I'm just trying to find myself at all times. And often I come up with this idea of what it is to be me through the literature that I read, through my own personal experiences and all of that. But then in turn, what happens is from all of that information, now we're in the age of information, right? So all of that stuff that I get in the moments, in turn, I do it. I manifest it. I put it out into the universe just for somebody who's quote unquote my significant other to like initially like bring me down. Bro, like you gotta understand what that does to the mind of a man.
Yeah.
That's why I said I'm kind of like done with it. I don't see I was looking at the podcast of Joe Rogan, the Chris guy on the podcast. He was saying like the black pill man. He was like basically different types of men in these like groups, these Reddit groups and stuff. The black pill man. Essentially, they say they've evolved from women through like from a genetic standpoint. They've evolved from women, and it's like a bad thing to deal with women at this point. Seems kind of gay to me. Yeah, it seems kind of gay to me.
There's a bad thing to
It's
deal
like,
with women
like because they've evolved from women, you know. And I'm probably doing a poor job of explaining it, but y'all get the gist of it, right?
Like the women are becoming more like men.
Yeah. And it's no longer the right thing to deal with a woman in that way.
I think this is gonna be short lived though.
Yeah.
Time,
Yeah.
shit gonna get hard.
You need women.
Well, I mean, men acting like let's be real though.
Mm-hmm.
Men aren't the men that used to fix cars and
We
Man,
not.
zesty as hell.
They
Yeah.
zesty.
Niggas out here, you know what I'm saying?
Niggas
They
zesty as shit.
duck lips and
Anytime you-
Drake fucked us up, bruh.
You think it was Drake?
It was
I don't
Drake,
think it was
bruh.
Drake.
You know, he loved Drake. That was
I don't
him.
think it's-
He loved
You do
Drake.
my boy like
Put
that.
that
I don't
on
think
Drake. It wasn't Drake.
I don't
It
think
was Drake, bro.
I
It
think
was Drake.
It's the fools.
I think it's niggas being raised by single mothers.
Sister
bruh.
father.
I don't know. I was raised by a single mother though,
But you
I
probably-
was raised by.
You went and found the information though.
Yeah, like
I mean, I had cousins and
I was
uncles.
gonna say, you probably
and-
had other,
yeah,
like, it's
alcoholic
a-
uncles and
It's
shit.
a lot of niggas. All they know is they mama, bro. And hey, bro, they be zesty as fuck. Bro.
Yeah. Them niggas do be zesty.
Shit
as
get a
shit.
little weird.
You
It's
think
like,
it's-
why you feel like? I don't feel the need to like. I get having healthy debates with a woman, but like niggas be arguing with women, bro.
Real deal. We see it in our comments all the
like,
time.
what the fuck? Like, why the fuck are you arguing with this woman about her fucking perception about something? Like, how she feel about her
Niggas
BBL?
ain't building shit no more. That's what it is. Niggas ain't building shit. You know,
Yeah.
like how y'all building the podcast, building the bit. Niggas ain't building. They comfortable. They want to play 2K and shit all day.
Yeah. That's what it is. It's comfortability. That's what it is. We live in an age where we don't have to hunt and gather anything. We're not worried about the lion or whatever the enemy, the neighborhood tribe, the neighboring tribe to come in and attack us. We're not worried about that anymore. So we comfortable now, right? And what happens is when you don't have that, ultimately you revert back to like, the feminine in you, because all of us have that
All of us
chromosome.
got it,
you're
yeah.
right,
All of us
you're
got
right.
that chromosome.
Well, I got
you
a
know.
question then, because we all high value men here. What
Agreed.
do y'all look for in a woman? Because you say that you keep you put out what you want, you manifest, but these women you keep attracting to like bring you down. So what are qualities or traits you look for in a woman?
I think it's simple for me. Just understanding. I think that kind of like encompasses everything. Because I can go down a list of every single thing, but it's just understanding. Understand what you have in front of you. Understand this type of person that you have in front of you. It's nothing like anything you've ever dealt with in the past. Understand that, consume that, and receive that, and allow me to be the chief of my tribe. It's just really that simple with me. Because I don't mind if you're having a bad day. Like most times, I'm a very like nurturing person. Sco talked about that. Like on the last podcast we did, I'm a nurturing person. So by me being a nurturing person, I'm going, and you know, Will, like I'm making my business to identify who that person is that I'm dealing with, because I have trust issues. So instead of taking my trust issues and saying, all right, that's a negative thing, fuck everybody, I say, no, you have trust issues. So because you have trust issues, make sure you identify every single person that you're dealing with and understand them on an intimate level. That's why I can't deal with so many people at one time. Right. It's hard for me. Identify that and learn them. So I've learned you. I see when I walk in the room, you upset, something going on. Man or woman, it don't even matter. This is whatever relationships, you upset, something going on. I see that, and I can identify that, and we can fix that. It's not like I'm like, oh, I'm a man, shut up, I'm the chief, be quiet. It's not that. It's just like, I can identify something that's going wrong with you, or maybe I can identify, but if you tell me, I'll make the adjustments. You know what I mean? But it just get hard sometimes when you're dealing with motherfuckers who like, I mean, we just said it, like, it's not their fault. I don't think it's something in the DNA. I don't think it's something genetic. I think it's not nature. You know, it's the thing that they've had to deal with up until this point. And I shouldn't be the victim for what you had to deal with.
So do you think you're attracting these type of women because you are a nurture? Like, do you think you would be comfortable in a relationship if a woman was allowing you to be chief and allowing you to be who you are? Do you think that relationship would even be fun for you? Because I feel like you like a challenge. For sure. So if a woman's not sitting here challenging you, she's just like being submissive, do you think you can even handle that? What would you do with that?
Roscoe just said something similar to that. Like, would you be able to like even, you know, deal with that if a woman was like always submissive? Yeah, I would. Because I don't, like, that's the God honest truth. I would be able to deal with that, because it's like, bro, I deal with so much in the world. I have to go out and deal with a lot of things, you know. Like, I'm self-employed, you know, and I have to deal with all the bullshit that come with that. You know how this business shit works. Self-employment doesn't mean, oh, I'm a boss, I own my own business. It just means you still dedicating a lot of your time to some work that you're doing.
You building.
It's building, right? It's still building, right? And I agree with that, but it's still like, it's like you got a job. It's still like you got a job,
right?
You know, and it's like, I'm out here and I'm dealing with this, all the bullshit that come with this. I'm trying to be a father. I'm trying to instill all these values into my son. And like, I just need somebody to like agree with the program that I put in place, and we move forward from that. That's what I need.
You know you leading y'all to the promised land.
I know I'm going to lead us the right way. I know I am. I've dealt with this already, bro. I've been a patriarch in my family, well, in my home since a kid. There was no father. It was me. I've been there. And I've made all the mistakes early on. And I'm not saying I'm perfect. You can help me adjust to the things that's better for you, that's better suited for you. But at the same time, like, I've already experienced this. Just allow me to be who I am.
I had to get used to being with a submissive woman, because my ex before her, it was more like, if I present something right, she like, all right, do this, do this, do that. And I executed whatever it was. I was so used to that. And I get with this submissive woman, it's like, nigga, shit. Ball in your court, what we finna do?
Yeah.
I fucking lost at first, you know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't used to that type. I had to get used to that type of woman. It's been like, real. I had to atone to that shit, like really just be that nigga, you know what I'm saying? Handle all this shit, you know what I'm saying? And it was a wake up call for me.
So essentially, she made you be a man, huh?
Yeah. Essentially, what my ex wanted me to be. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Ain't that some shit?
Y'all ever feel like y'all met the right person at the wrong time?
Yeah, plenty of times.
So y'all never go back?
I want to, but the damage is done.
Damage is done.
Fuck that up already. Shit ain't gonna never be the same. I fucked it up already.
It's already done.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you shoot enough shots?
As far as,
because I hear you say like, I'm done with black women, but I feel like you don't deal with enough of them. You ain't shooting enough shots.
I ain't kind of like, went out there and tested.
You know, you got a roster. You deal with one woman at the one time. You deal with 5 at a time, and you.
listen, you may be on to something right now. I think you like fucking me up right now. You may be on to some shit. Let me say this. I haven't got out there enough and dealt with different types of black women. My like, I talked to Sco. I said, see, what we dealing with right now is a pool of women. But when we get to a certain status, we can deal with an ocean of women. Like it's so much a different variety of women. Yeah. And once I get into that, I may be dealing with different types of black women.
You can deal with the ocean now. You just don't, like I've lived in Portland, Oregon, and Florida, and Texas, and Rhode Island, and Nashville. And so you pretty much start realizing like, if you just dealing with this small pool, you're going to have a small sample size.
For sure.
So then you like, oh, well, I'm done with this. But then you go out there, you like, oh, there's some amazing women out there.
Some different types.
But you got to be able to have discernment very quickly. Like I don't sit there and just date a woman for like 5 months, a year, and be like, oh, this ain't gonna work. It's like you have to be able to have a pool of women that you're talking to, texting, whatever, dating, entertaining. And there's nothing wrong with that. Women may say, oh, he's a whore. That's not. I feel like women should do the same thing.
Yeah.
It's tryouts. You got to try out for the football team. NFL, they got to try out every year. Like you have a group of women and you discern like this what I like, this what I don't like. You cut it off and you go about your way, and then whoever makes the cut, make the cut. I don't think you put yourself out there enough.
Yeah, damn. So basically, I need to get out here and do some more fucking. Damn, fucking.
Pretty much.
That's what you got out of that.
Blew my mind. Fucking Billy Bands. That's why we got him here.
You need to go out a little more.
Hear me? I need to get out here in fuck mode. That's what I'm talking about. You fucking right, Will. Damn, that's why I miss you, brother.
Boy, you gonna catch
I
crabs.
miss you. I miss having the ring. He just give me these revelations like this. Like, or I just get out here. You're right. You're absolutely right. I need to get out here and fuck more.
I'm gonna tell you, man. You meet a submissive woman, you gonna want to fuck more.
Yeah,
but fuck her more.
Y'all fuck her more, or other women.
No, a submissive woman. Because you at that point when you meet a woman that meets all the criteria, is peaceful. Why do you don't go look for nothing else? Yeah. Nothing else can phase you. Like you can have women in your DMs all day. You can have women trying to talk to you all day, and you're just like, I have something already at home she's submissive. Yeah. If I want something, she's gonna do it. The sex is good. Like what am I don't need, because at that point now you know, okay, I'm a little boy. Yeah. And that's how you know if you're a man or a boy. Because I got this and I still want more. That's I'm acting like a little boy.
Yeah. Type shit.
And, and I was a little boy in college. It's like
we all were.
Yeah.
Not all of us, because we got some frat brothers married now. They was men.
They was on that shit, and we fucking attacked them for that shit.
We did. I still attack them.
Like you love ass nigga. Like we attacked them.
Because at the end of the day, I still feel like I don't have no regrets.
Yeah.
I know what a foursome is like, sixsome is like. I know what this woman is like.
You ain't gonna have no midlife crisis.
Yeah. Not at all.
You know what I'm saying? You done lived that life.
Yeah. They might try to go into that shit and they'll be miserable for it, huh?
Yeah. You gotta live your life.
I never got my dick wet.
I wasn't even out here.
I wonder what, like, I always wonder what that
got
was
fat as hell.
Yeah. That's one thing. I'll be on that too. Like, don't get fat.
Yeah.
Ain't that some shit? Like, is that fucked up of me to say, like, don't get fat?
No.
I do that with my friends as well,
it's
too.
It's a standard.
You gotta stay the fucking shape.
Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Like, we too old to be fat, bro.
Like, you just eating and sitting around? Like, you can walk somewhere or something. Like,
walk in, this Chick-fil-A? All right. Like, keep it up. Keep it up. I just went to the gym. I seen old Cindy. I seen old Cindy at the gym. She getting it in. She doing fucking leg lunges and all type of shit.
You can't tell me a man don't look at himself and be like, damn, I'm kind of putting weight on. Because I look at myself and be like, I start pinching myself and shit.
Yeah, every
like,
time.
damn, I got back fat now. Yeah, and then I'm like, oh shit, I get a trainer ASAP. I just moved to Florida. I was working out with my homie. I'm like, nah, I need a trainer. This shit ain't getting it. Because I'm always wanting to be the next level. Whether it is, people just focus on money. Like, I want to be next level fitness. I want to be next level my relationship. I want to be next level with my kids. Yeah. But shit struggle. I want to talk about that too. Because you got kids. Well, we got
both of us do.
Yeah, both got kids.
I might have some.
I got two. I'm not the best father. So I'm like, how do you balance that? When you trying to get that bag, you trying to provide this generational wealth, and you trying to stay in shape, and you trying to have a relationship. Like, some of that shit struggles.
You know what happens? Sometimes your kids have to just take a back seat, bro. As fucked up as that may sound, Like they just have to. Like Luck, he was from New Orleans. Luck was right. I don't know if you seen the episode. He came on and he was talking with us or whatever. Luck, shout out to Luck too. I don't know if he watch our shit or not, but shout out to him. He do like R&B and shit. He a great. He a talented dude. He got like a show on Netflix, I think, or getting one or something like that. I don't know. But he came on the show and he said it, you know, Malcolm X kids, they hate us, you know.
They hate niggas.
Black people. Like, it's like, they don't fuck with us. Like, it's like my dad put his life on the line for y'all to be out talking about shooting ops in the video. You know, imagine that. Imagine, like, Malcolm X, Dr. King, you know, Muhammad Ali. And that's, you see the Muhammad Ali shit. I love Muhammad Ali. Like, they put their life on the line, sacrificed all of that shit, and they was out here, they was marching, they was doing all that just for us to be talking about shooting each other in videos and shit, bro. And what I'm trying to get to, what I'm saying, I'm gonna tie back into what you said is like, when you going out here and you being that guy, like that strong man who, you know, is making your imprint on the world, a lot of the time something has to take a sacrifice, and it's your time ultimately, and your time with your kids. You know, and they have to make the decision later on to say either my father was a great man, or
I can attest to that. You know, I had my father in my life, but shit, he was working 12 to 16 hour shifts. So them hours he ain't there. I'm the firstborn. I'm learning shit on the fly by myself. You know what I'm saying? I could go talk to him about certain shit, but shit, the mistakes been already made. Yeah. You know, because he gone. Yeah. So I definitely understand that. Like, I think it goes to the child, too, when they grow up and they see.
They got to see.
They got to see. But I tell motherfuckers, too, at the same time, if you know you're going to try to be that type of man, don't go out here and have no kids. You know what I'm saying? Because they gonna lack, bro. They gonna lack, bro.
Yeah. But what happens when you already had it? Because I'm dealing with it right now. I know you just said I'm dealing with it too. Like sometimes my boy got to take the back seat, or he got to be right here with me. It's like, and I might take something from him. Like, yeah, you can come with me. You're going to have to be homeschooled and all that old extra shit. But like, you can come with me, you know. But what does that make him? Does that make him a fucking Donald Trump Jr. or whatever the little dude Donald Trump's son is? Like, does that make him one of them? You know what I mean? Like, ultimately, he gonna have to deal with something. Yeah. You know, I just try my best to pour into him the best I can.
That's what I was about to say.
You know,
try your best to like pour into him, bro. Give him your ideas and shit like that. Like, they respect that shit.
Yeah, I love the dude. Yeah. You know what I mean? I love him. Like, so it's like I try my best to pour into him as much as I can. Like, we here with each other and we try. I try. You know what I mean? And shit, it's no rule book for this shit, bro. And I don't think even if somebody made one, it wouldn't help. Being a dad, a father, like this shit is so hard, bro.
But your sons, y'all kids are here, right?
Yeah,
like mine 2 hours away.
My boy 2 hours away. 2 miles down the road,
and he got a stepfather.
I got a daughter in Oregon, son in Arkansas. He getting ready to move to Florida. So you got to think like
your shit different.
It's way different. Yeah, it's like. And I try my best to see them at least once a month, right? But then you got that situation you deal with where the moms can't separate how they feel between the kids. Yeah. And so it's like, you know what I'm saying? I'm at a point of like, man, I wish my dad was here so I can ask him like how did you deal with this? Because you had 6. Nigga, you had 6 of them.
I didn't know that shit.
Yeah. My dad was
6.
Dad was getting off.
Yeah,
he was getting off.
I know I seen a lot of pictures of your father. For the people who listening who don't know, your father passed away, right?
Yeah. He passed away at 6. But what I do remember is like he never made me feel in love though. Yeah. Like he would always get all of us together, my brothers and sisters. And so I'm like, man, how did he manage all this? Like I don't know. My mom says he was impeccable with his word. Yeah. Like, I'm married to this woman. If you don't want my kids around her, then I'm not gonna see my kids. Yeah, he put his foot down, and so they
strong.
Yeah. So,
I respect that.
I'm at a point now where I'm like, man, I'm trying to build generational wealth, but I'm also I want to see my kids and be there for them. Yeah. But some has to, like you said, some has to take the back seat.
Yeah. And I mean, you doing the right thing because you not at this point you grinding not just for yourself, you grinding for your kids and your kids' kids and so on and so forth. You're trying to build a legacy. And, like, that's just the thing about it. Like, men like us, like, you know, high-value men, that's just ultimately what they have to do. You know, and I think sometimes it hurts. It hurts to be like, damn, maybe I could have done this. Maybe I could have done that. But ultimately, like, it's all for a better cause. And let's be honest. It's really about us. Like, we try to make it like it's about them, but it's about us, too. You know,
Feeling
like,
your purpose.
bro, we fucking have had to deal with so much bullshit up until this point. Trauma passes from generation to generation. I don't know if it's a genetic thing. I don't know. Some people say it is. Some people, I read this study, and I think I talked about this before. I think you've heard this go. They did with chickens. So what they did was like generations of chickens, right? They started the chicken like 20. I think it was like 20 generations of chickens. And they raised them in like a facility, like a place where they had no natural predators, none of that. They just raised them. And what happens is when they introduce a natural predator to a chicken, like I don't know, a raven or something, or some type of predatory bird or something like that, they introduce the bird into it. The chicken they start losing their mind and shit like that. And I think that what happens from there, if you understand what I'm saying right now, is like, the chickens ultimately, they like, oh, we know that that's a bad thing. How do they know? They never seen any of that. And not only have they never seen it, the generations before them and before them 20 generations back never seen these predatory birds roaming around or whatever. But the chickens knew that's a bad thing.
That's bad.
We need to get the fuck away from them because they'll eat us or whatever, right? So I don't know if trauma is passed on through genetics. That's the only way to explain it, through genetics, right? But ultimately what I'm trying to say is that whether it's passed down through genetics or whether it's passed down through my mama saying niggas ain't shit and her grandmother saying nigga and her mother and so on and so forth, whatever it is, we have to deal with this. You have to be the sacrificial lamb. You have to cut off all of that shit and create this financial stability, this fucking I don't want to say utopia because none of us live in a utopia, but this better lifestyle for your children, and you making the necessary sacrifices. And I don't think you should feel guilty about that.
Now, is it really generational wealth, though, if you get the bag, but you don't build the family with it? You don't have a wife. You don't have...
I think it depends. It depends because it's like, are you passing it to your kids? Because right now, like my son, for example, and Dave Ramsey would disagree with this, but he said that... But I have him like he got different accounts. He got stock accounts and shit like that, right? But he also has like whole life insurance plans for when he's 21. He'll be able to like get that money and do whatever he want to do to it. Right. And it's like as long as I don't know what his mama will do with that. She own all my shit. If I die right now, she'll be a millionaire. But she's on all my shit, but he also has assets of his own to like grow into and have, and I think that if he gets that, but it's duality to that, right? Because it's like, not only do I have to provide that for him, but I also have to give the mindset. Jay-Z said it, right? He said, I can't go to Marcy Projects and talk to these people. If we have to change them, I can't just give Marcy Projects money.
Right.
We got to change the mindset first.
Right.
So that's why I used to say all the time, I think I'm gonna die early. Remember that?
Yeah, I used to hate that shit.
I used to say, I think I'm gonna die early, bro. I think I'm gonna die early. And now I'm saying like, hey, I know I said this for a long time. I think I'm gonna die early, but I don't want to die early anymore. I want to at least get to my baby 18 so I can instill the things in him that I need to instill in him. Cause the mindset, that way, the money that I'm leaving behind to him, he can ultimately like do what he needs to do with it. So I think you're still doing the right thing. Like, marriage is important. I think it is. I was a nigga like, I'm just gonna have baby mamas. Like, that was me. But I'm like, man, why the fuck was I thinking that way?
Thinking like that.
We need marriage. We need a home. We need something to establish, a foundation, so they can understand, so on and so forth, and pass it on to other generations.
Well, let's talk about money and finances, because you saying you're doing that for your son, right? My mom did that. So my dad was in the military. He had insurance policy, left money, right? My mom gave me pretty much whatever I wanted as a kid. And she had these different like money market accounts, all these different accounts. But she allowed me to access them at age about like 11, 12. I spent it all. Yeah. She didn't give me the mindset, like you said, she didn't give me the mindset behind it. Yeah. So I'm like, I'm cashing out to go buy games at GameStop. And I'm like, Mom, why did you let me do that? Yeah. So you gotta have some. You gotta have that wife. You gotta have that discipline behind it. Yeah. I don't think you shouldn't tell your kids personally. Yeah. And I personally feel like I'm not leaving my kid anything. Yeah. Because I don't want them to have. I went to a rich school, high school, and I saw these kids. They grow up privileged. They grow up not being able to get it. They grow up. I want my kids to have that mindset of like, well, Dad's just gonna do it, or we're good. We have a backup plan. Nah, you gonna get it out the mud. Yeah. You gotta get out the mud. Cause my money's going all when I die. It's like how Bill Gates and Oprah have it. They money going all the charity is going. Of course, it's still traceable to them, but they giving it all away.
Yeah, I think that we can't afford to do that. The black community, we can't afford to do that. And I respect what you're saying. Like I genuinely do. But we, the black community, we can't afford to do that. And the reason why we can't is because Bill Gates can do that. But it's something that we don't discuss is like Warren Buffett. He come from money as well. He wasn't just a fucking poor kid who whatever. They come from that as well. We can't afford to do that. We have to pass that on to them. Like, we already a couple generations behind because of slavery. I'm not talking about the African people. I'm talking about the black people. We can't afford to do that. You know, I think with us, it just has to be about the mindset. You have to instill it into the child. Like, and they may still fuck it up. They might. You know, my son won't have access to these types of things, but he gonna get a job. Even he don't have the mother of my child. She said it's so funny, like it's gonna be fucked up because his ass gonna want to be from the trenches so bad. He gonna want to be a street nigga. You know how everybody like the rap music. Everybody want to be a street. He gonna want to be from the trenches so fucking bad, but he not. Like, he just not. He not gonna have to experience all the shit his father had to experience. But what my responsibility is instilling that into him and like, hey, I built this to a certain point. You build it to the next point. You know.
I think it's about, you know, don't give it all to him at once. Like, kind of ration it out. You know.
Teach him.
Yeah, teach him, and you know. Teach them how, because you, like you said, your mom didn't teach you how to deal with all that bread. Like, you just pour it into them. Like, hey, this is what you do with it. You're going to have this at this certain age. You know, if you don't do this, you won't be able to get this at this certain age. You put stipulations in process because we know the nature of us.
Yeah.
Like, we grow up without shit. You know, motherfucker going to take shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or whatever the case it may be. You know, you gotta put them in. You know, you gotta lead them. My daddy led me, you know, in a certain direction.
Yeah.
But he kept it like he always said. I kept the leash on you, so you won't go buck wild. It's up to you to keep that leash on.
Yeah. And you know what's gonna happen? They not even gonna be like that because of you. Like they around you, they gonna follow suit. They gonna fall in line to what. Like my baby bro, when he over here with me, I can't fucking go piss without him trying to go piss with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, they gonna follow suit. They gonna do what you do. Like. You know,
my pops had me brainwashed. Nigga.
Yeah,
I don't know what that shit was. That nigga told me, listen, you jump off this bridge, there's $1 million down there. I would have did that shit.
Not even $1 million. Just jump off the bridge.
Just jump off the bridge. I would have did that shit.
All right, Dad.
I don't know what that shit was about. That man had me brainwashed, bro.
Yeah. Nah, you gonna be able to get it right though.
Yeah.
How were y'all? Because I believe we have a financial thermostat, right? Like, how whoever you was raised around with money, that's how you handle money now. Like, if it was your grandparents, your parents, if they was risky or if they were very conservative, then they're good savers. That's how you are. So how were y'all parents or whoever you grew up around, how were they with money? And do you believe that to be true? Like, do you think you have a financial thermostat?
I agree. My mother was a monster with that shit. Like, you know, credit all that. She introduced me to that early. Where she failed at was her love. She just did too fucking much for the people in her family. That's where she failed at. I seen her make moves like, you know, fuck up her credit for the sake of it. My mama had a perfect credit score, which is unheard of with us, especially in my family.
Right.
I seen her fuck that up with like people in the family. You know, for whatever reason, I don't know. It's just love. I don't know what it is, but she was amazing at that. She taught me early on with that. And my father, he was just non-existent with that type of shit.
I always knew, because I always seen my pops get up, go to work, get up, go to work. I didn't know about like passive income. I didn't know about really hustling. You know, I knew about working hard, getting up, but just being an entrepreneur and shit like this is new to me actually. Like, they got up and went to work 8 to 12 hours a day, 16 hours a day. So it's been an adjustment for me.
So you just now get into that place of like, okay, I gotta make some passive money or I'm gonna work
saving all that shit. And I'm just now getting there.
It was a shell shock to him. You got down here with me around me, you know how I can be influential. It's like, hey, bro, we finna go do boom, 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 boom. Like, let's go. Like, it's like, what? Hold on, wait. You know, it's a shell shock. Yeah. I think it's up to us though. We fuck up a lot too. We fuck up a lot. Man, we fuck up a lot.
But the fuck ups help us.
It's so great, right?
It's like they almost have to have.
It's so great.
I fucked up my credit at 18. 18. How you fuck your credit up at 18?
Hey, what was I thinking?
Lined up several times.
And
knowing
I
certain shit.
had guaranteed income. I was in the Navy. I was playing football. Like I could have paid it. I didn't know that when they give you a credit card, you got to pay that shit.
Yeah, I paid.
Yeah.
They gave me 2 bands, Navy Federal. I go and I'm on base, so I feel like I'm a cage animal. I go buy 4 sets of Dre Beat headphones. And the Beats just came out. I go buy like we couldn't have TVs and electronics, so I go buy this case that has a TV inside of it with an Xbox. I'm just buying random shit, and I'm like, well, I ain't got to pay it. I got 2 bands. Like, I'm finna just run it up. Go to PCB, run it up, max it out. And so for months, payments just not being due. Payments not being. And so, like, it took me to, like, really when I got to MT, like 21, really, that I was like, dang, I got to fix this stuff. Like, if I want to be a millionaire, I want to be successful, I got to go back and fix. First off, how do I view money? Okay, I watched my mom spend money that was needed for bills and take stuff back. I watch this every weekend. Literally being programmed to go shopping, buy shit that you can't afford, take it back, pay bills. I saw this. I'm like, damn, I'm doing the same thing. Like, I had a sneaker flipping business. I was flipping shoes.
I remember the end of that.
And at UTC, I was a freshman. And I was left Navy. I transferred from Navy. Went to University of Tennessee, Chattanooga, and I took my Pell Grant money and I bought Jordans, like Cool Grays, bunch of Jordans, spent all of it on Jordans. And I didn't plan to start a business doing it, but I realized I was getting attention. I was new on campus, and everybody like, damn, he got some fresh-ass sneakers every day in class. So I'm like, well, damn, hold on. And somebody's like, I'll give you this much for them. I'm like, well, I can sell these shoes. And they taking them, they not even dead stock, they worn. And so at this time, Instagram was still coming about. I found a page called Big Feet Sneaks. So they only dealt with like 12, 13 plus. I wore a size 13. And so I put a lot of my sneakers on there, paid them $1 to promote them. Next thing I know, I'm getting orders from Maryland, everywhere. So I'm shipping off shoes before football practice. And so I had a 6-figure business, didn't even know it.
Yeah.
I was just getting the money, spending it, I didn't track inventory, profit, loss, none of that. I just know I had a lot of money to buy what I wanted. And so then I transferred to MT after chat and started a clothing line. And so I was starting on these businesses, but I didn't understand money, like, until I took finance, until I learned accounting, and I took that at MT. And that's what made me realize, like, damn, we got whatever our parents was doing, that's instilled in us. Yeah. And I had to realize, like, I'm spending a lot of money. And so, like, I'm 29 now, and I got passive income now. I'm good now. But I had to fix a lot of shit. Yeah. I fucked up.
You got to destroy before you elevate. Yeah, that's a fucked up thing. That's a you gotta basically like get away from everything that your people taught you.
Unlearn all that shit.
Yeah, and that's essentially what I had to do early on as well. I think that's all of our stories. Like, you just have to like unlearn it, and sometimes it can get uncomfortable. People come around, and now you're different.
Yeah,
Me and Will talked about that a lot. Like, people come around now, and it's like you come around people, and it's like now you different because I don't know. Maybe it's because their own insecurities or whatever it is. I don't try to decide, what they feel, but yeah, you come around now, and now it's different. It's just like, no, I have the information, and I want to share it with you, and you want to push that out on people and everything. But what you learn is like you can't. Nobody really care. They care about the thing in the moment to feel good. And rightfully so, right? Because if you put it in perspective with our people, the black people, like us, we have lived a life so long, generation after generation, of just like scarcity. We want to enjoy the abundance now. You know what I mean? And I can't fault them for that. I can't fault them for saying, hey, if you live a life of a minimalist, in turn, what can happen is X, Y, and Z, just a life of a minimalist for just a few years. What can happen is X, Y, and Z. Hey, if you do this, if you put yourself in this position, this can happen. They don't want to hear that. They want to enjoy the pleasures of life. Rightfully so, but it's not for me to be. I gave up a long time ago trying to be a teacher. I know Will struggled with that for a long time because of the conversations we had. I gave up trying to be a teacher to people. It's no longer my responsibility to be the teacher of the community. It's just up to me to be a teacher of my tribe, and hopefully my son can be the teacher of the masses. That's what I feel.
I mean, it's ultimately like when you said people don't when people feel like you change. I think it's because we're not on the same frequency anymore.
For sure.
Because I have those uncomfortable situations now where it's like, dang, I used to be able to just clown with like this person, and I can't even talk to them because I'm just mentally at a whole different place right now. Like I done put away a lot of those childish things, and now I'm on some like I like having a conversation like, okay, we had this much in revenue. How can we 10x this? How can we 5x this?
Yeah.
You know, but I do like teaching still. Like I just do, like you said, with my tribe now, social media. Like I can literally have a conversation with somebody and tell them, I can see what they're doing and tell them how to get to the next level. Which is, let's say they're making 5 figures, I can get them to 6. Like I've done it. That's what people pay me to do, and it's usually because I tell people the fastest way from point A to point B is a straight line.
Yeah.
They're literally going in zigzags because they haven't found somebody at point B.
Yeah.
And you find somebody at the point B, you find people at the point B, you pay them, you can get from A to B very quickly. Speed. And so people usually just, they want to try things, or maybe I should do this or do that, and it takes them a while to get to point B.
Yeah, and you can help them with that. You're important to the ecosystem. People like you are extremely important to the ecosystem. I don't know if I've told you that in those words, but like, you understand that, and people like you are important to the ecosystem. We need people like you. We need people like Sco. We need people like myself. And I think ultimately what happens from that is like we progress from that. You going to piss, Will? Yeah, I got to pee too. I think we finna wrap this up soon anyway. Yeah. What that time looking like on there? 45. It's perfect. That fucking beer and wine and shit.
When you drink some beer?
Oh yeah, I didn't. I did not.
Liquor. I knew what you meant, bro.
You knew what I meant, but you still chose to do that to me.
I had to get you. You would have got me.
I would have got you. That's true. Damn, I would have got you. Damn, you look cute today, Sco.
Thank you, brother.
You glowing. I don't know what it is. You got some head last night?
No, I did.
Yeah, easy. Yeah. I know. Yeah. Joe, if he had said, yeah, you knew what to do, right? I got that bitch under the couch right here if you need. Whoa! She out of pocket. She'll say that?
Like she'll say, you heard me and Roscoe fucking last night?
Oh, no.
I don't want to know that shit.
Bria is out of pocket. Bria is out of pocket. I cannot believe that.
But I'm the type, like, I know this shit gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like, that's how I own
Joe be chilling.
Yeah. You're a kindred spirit. I can attest to that.
Chilling on the game, playing GTA and shit.
Yeah. Will didn't even say I had to piss. He just gets.
Yeah, boy.
We was like, hey, I'm finna get up.
on.
I'm finna get up.
I seen him moving a lot. I said, oh, he got to piss.
He
I
gotta
said in
piss.
my head.
Yeah, I do too. But I'm used to this
I
already
ain't
though.
gonna lie. I
We
was gonna
used to-
piss my pants. I'm the first one on the shoulders. It's
We're
like,
gonna take a shot. We're gonna end this
To end
joint
it
with a
on
shot.
shot. Okay.
Don't show them. We ain't gonna show them what we got because they don't need to know. We don't support.
Oh, okay, man.
I
good.
do want to drop some gems for the people though, and like even people that they maybe be stuck in a situation where they're like, man, I can't. I'm stuck in that working hard for the money. How can I get to the next level? So I do want to drop some gems for the people to take this shot.
I think you got it. I gotta go piss too. To us. Boom. One time. Yeah, you got anything you want to end it on though? Go ahead.
Yeah, so, man, I would say from somebody that was broke and homeless, literally started business from $400 in my account to 6 figures, I would say if you're in a place right now where you're like, man, I don't know how I'm going to get to the next level. Like I'm working 80 hours a week, 120 hours, whatever it may be. Read a few books first off. The books I read, I was working in construction, living paycheck to paycheck. The book I read that changed my life was The Millionaire Fast Lane.
Mm-hmm.
I read Rich Dad Poor Dad, Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, and Think and Grow Rich. Everybody want to start with Think and Grow Rich, but I say don't start there because it's too deep for some people.
Mm-hmm.
Start with Rich Dad Poor Dad so you can get that basic understanding of
mindset.
of money coming in, money going out. That's all it is. It's simple. And like how much money do I have coming in? How much is going out? So I wrote out, this is my bills, these are my expenses, and this is how much money I have coming in. I got to just make more than my expenses, and then I can have a little freedom. And what I realized is that I was broke. I was paycheck to paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
Expenses and revenue was the same. And so I had to quit my job cold turkey. I'm like, because if I'm going to be living paycheck to paycheck, I got to go make a way.
Mm-hmm.
So I always tell people, like, write out, I call it your wealth quadrant. It's 4 quadrants. Quadrant 1 is employee. If you got a job right now, that's cool,
Mm-hmm.
right? You got income coming in. But at some point, you need a side hustle so you can get to that self-employed quadrant, which is where you're working for money. You you're not working for anybody. You're working for yourself. So you have a little more time. You have a little more money, but you're still using time to make money. You can't get rich here, though. This is where I got stuck for a long time as a consultant. I was making 30, 40, 50K a month, but you're still stuck because you're working for money. So then you make enough money to where you can start investing into your team. You can start building a team, and you now move to business owner quadrant. This is where the business is paying you out. So now as the business gets bigger, you make more money. So now you're investing into people. You're using people skills, time, expertise. You're using them to grow the company. And so you eventually can now move into the investor quadrant where you can start buying real estate, stocks, and that money is now making money for you. That's a beautiful place to be. But most people never get there because they're stuck in the self-employed quadrant. Like you see a lot of people that do service business, like cleaning houses, barbers, salons, like consultants, even like myself. They think like I'm making a lot of money, but you're not building wealth. You're just getting to a point to where you're like working to make money. You're on a hamster wheel. So I tell everybody, challenge them, it's fine what you're good at. If you are good at cleaning, start cleaning houses on the side. That's your side hustle. The side hustle will eventually start making more than your job. Don't be like me. Don't quit your job cold turkey. Don't do that shit. Don't do that. Buying a side hustle. It may be you may like arbitrage, or you can go to you go on Facebook. I made money $100 a day, $300 a day doing this. You go to Facebook Marketplace, find electronics. I found Apple products like laptops, iPhones. You might have seen it on Instagram.
I remember.
So I would find laptops, and I would negotiate with the sellers, and I find people that's desperate for money, just like a pawn shop. And I'll say, hey, I'll give you for this 2018 MacBook, I'll give you $500, and I'll go look at how much it was selling for on Amazon, and I'm like, okay, Amazon is selling for $750, so I know I got some spread there, some room to play with. And so I would post that laptop on Instagram and Facebook and get a buyer. And so the buyer's like, I want it. Then I would say, okay, well, cash out me the money, I'll deliver it to you today. So I never use any of my own money. Think about what I'm doing right here. If you have a job working 8 hours a day, you can still spend 3 hours a day going on Facebook Marketplace, looking for furniture, whatever it may be, find a niche, and you can make offers to people that are desperate for money, and then you go post that picture, whatever it is, on social media, find somebody that wants to buy it, and then you take their money, you go get it, and you deliver it to them. Yeah. I literally did that with MacBook products, and I was making like $300 a day, sometimes more. And I could have scaled that business called Digital Thrifters. I could have hired a team, but I was like, you know what? I don't want to do that. Like, you figure out you may not like doing it. I try a lot of shit. Yeah. I did e-commerce. I did Airbnb. I did a lot of shit. And now what I realize now is that content is cash flow. I'm only focused on media and software now. Media. Like what y'all have here is powerful. Media is content is the new cash flow. Attention is the new currency. I like media because there's one video, I can put out one video, right? Let's say a lot of y'all do FanDuel. A lot of people do FanDuel and go to the casino. You'd rather spend $1 a day. I know people do parlays. They spend $1 every time they do a parlay, $10, whatever. They'll rather put money into that and think they're going to hit one day. And they may hit. When you can every day make one video every day on social media, and that video has a chance of eventually going viral, and that video going viral is going to bring you followers, bring you money eventually. Yeah. But people not willing to stay disciplined to it. Yeah. They'll rather just do FanDuel and bet on FanDuel. This is the best lottery right here, media.
For sure.
Because you're going to, if you show up every day, something's going to go viral. Yeah. It's going to hit. Yeah. And when it hit, be ready for it. Yeah. So my advice to anybody is like, figure out, first off, assess your fucking situation. Like, if you in debt, don't sit there and just power like, oh, man, I'm never going to get out of this debt. Reverse engineer that shit. My debt is $50K. Okay, how do I reverse engineer this? How do I get to $50K? Okay, I'm making this much. Well, I can start a cleaning business. I can cut grass. Or I can start going on Facebook, like Will said, go on Facebook, find some shit people want to sell, wholesale houses. It's the same thing. What I was doing with electronics, I do it with houses too. Find a house, go knock on doors, cold call people. Do you want to sell your house? I do want to sell my house. Okay, how much you want to sell it for? Negotiate. I'll sell you my house for $220,000. Find a buyer that will buy that house for $250,000. Like, it's all arbitrage. Come up. It's all arbitrage. So it's about like getting skill sets and skill sets of being able to sell, communication, marketing, those skill sets. I think too many people focus on like the grunt, like the grind, and it's more so about like this. Yeah, like. One conversation, people, I charge, just be transparent, I charge $7,500, $10,000 to be consulted. If you want to be consulted by me, did I always charge that? No. But you remember them days when I'm like, hey, I'll teach you how to trade. $5. I'm teaching you how to trade. You can go to my
Mm-hmm.
Facebook right now and see that I was teaching people how to trade for $5. I
Price
started
went
at
up.
$5. Then $47, $97. Now
Yeah.
it's 10 bands.
Yeah.
Because I put in that work though, and I have results. It's proven.
Yeah.
So you could do the same. People will pay you for that because you have expertise in what you do. So I would say the best business to start personally right now is an information business.
Yeah. Yeah, we're in the information age.
Yeah, it's an education company, like teaching people, because that's where education is going. Nobody if I want to learn how to cut hair, I'm not going. I'll go to barber school to be, of course, but I want to find the best barber on social media and pay them to teach me. If I do lashes, if I do tattoos, if I'm a trader, I want to go learn from the top stock trader. I'm not gonna go to college and learn finance. I want to learn from Grant Cardone how to do real estate and sales.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's where we're going. That's where the age is going. So understanding that, getting in the forefront and start building your infrastructure so that you can teach people how to do what you do.
Yeah.
How to start a podcast. You just document what you do. This is how we started it. This were the pillars. And now when people when it's very big, it's a very big podcast. You number one in the nation. People can come back and say, "Oh, this is how we did it."
Yeah.
And you could charge them for that.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, again, I think you just further proved the point of what I just said earlier. You're important to the ecosystem. Yeah. You're important to us. Man, it was an honor and a privilege to have you on, Will.
Man, pleasure to be here. Blessed.
Yeah,
man,
we appreciate you coming on. Yeah, always. Conversations are always like fruitful. Will. Absolutely, 100%. Listen, this is the ChoppedByT podcast where we get real, raw, authentic conversations. Until next time.